Well, good afternoon again, everybody. Thank you for joining syracuse.com and SOS Spotlight Athlete of the Week feature. Today, we're joined by Mexico swimmer Alexa Von Holtz. She's an incredibly talented swimmer, holds or is setting records in virtually every event they have in the pool in the section. So she's just all over the place. You're going to be hearing a lot about her in the next couple of years if you haven't already. So thank you for joining us. To start, you are so good in so many different events. I'm sure a lot of people have asked you, but what is your favorite event and why? What do you get the most satisfaction out of?
I'd say my favorite event is probably the 100 fly because so many people despise it because it's so hard. I just find it so fun and such an adrenaline rush to race.
Well, you mentioned so many people despising it, and I think any event like running or swimming that's so solitary and so hard work intensive, it takes a lot of dedication and commitment. What do you find gets you through those hours and hours and days and weeks of years just of training so early in the morning, late at night? What motivates you the best?
Probably my teammates and my parents.
When you're swimming or practicing, is there something that's going through your mind about those two things, or you just try to block everything out?
I really block everything out while I'm in the moment, but I just know I have such a great support system with my team and my parents.
When it's cold in the morning or cold late at night and you've got to hit the pool again, do you ever just think, not today? And yet you do. How do you push through that?
There are definitely days I hit those moments, but I've just got to think of that I want to be that number one time up on that board. And I just have to think of all those goals I've set and how I want to accomplish those goals.
When you're actually competing and it's a longer race or a grueling race, do you have time to think about the situation you're in? Do you look at the other swimmers? Are you aware of your time? Or is it more like of a machine where you're just going and going and going?
There definitely are times when I'm looking over to see where I am with the other swimmers and worried about, are they going to catch me? When do I need to make my move? But most of the time it's just a fluid motion of, I got to hit this time and I've got to do this to get my best time.
So you don't necessarily have a chance to look to see who's near you or, match up swimmer to swimmer?
Not really. I try to avoid that sometimes.
Take us a little bit through your training regimen, because you're a high school swimmer from Mexico, but obviously high school swimming is not all that you do. You swim year round. Take us through your training regimen, when you peak, when you swim the most, when you take off. What does your year look like?
I basically swim year round, but fall season, it's my club season. I train with my high school team, but I don't train with my club team because it's the same coach and we're doing basically the same practices. But then once we hit states, I might take a couple days off from high school states and then go right back into club, and I just go right at it. And I train through Christmas break. I train right through it. I train through all of the winter, and then we hit about March. We start to hit some of our championship meets, and I hope to go best times there. And then after championships, we transfer from short course yards to long course meters, and we start ramping up the yards and we build up. And then we hit about mid-July, and we go for our long course championship meets. That this year I went to Virginia for one, and then we go to Buffalo, which are so much fun.
That's really amazing. Is there ever a time when you're extended period off, or you think, I just got to get away from this for a while?
I had about 2 weeks off between club and varsity this year, and it was just the most, all right, I'm ready to go back. I don't know what to do with myself when I'm not in the pool.
Let's go back a little ways. Do you remember how old you were when you first jumped into a pool?
The first time I competitively jumped in a pool, I was 6.
Do you remember liking it right away? Because, like I said, it is hard work, and if you're a younger kid, maybe you're not into that. Did you take to it right away?
I enjoyed it right from the beginning. I remember always having the biggest smile on my face when I was in the pool, and I just thought it was the best thing to be there.
Do you remember what the initial attraction was? You said you were smiling right away when you were jumping in the pool. Do you remember why it made you so happy?
It just made me so happy to be there. And I just felt like it was something I could excel at if I put so much time and dedication into it.
So from age 6 to now, you've almost constantly been in the pool, swimming, training, having fun. Is that correct?
Yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's certainly a lot of dedication to pay off. When you're preparing for a race, right before the race, maybe the day of the race, do you have any special preparations? Do you listen to type of music as you're walking around the pool or stretching? Take us through a little bit of your preparation for a race.
Um, well, normally like the night before, I have my pre-meet dinner. I have my chicken parm. I've never gone to meet without my chicken parm. That's my pre-race dinner. And then the day of, I really just try to kind of hang low, stay very hydrated, good nutrition. And I try to listen to whatever music is on my playlist for the day. And I just kind of go through the motions.
Now, with a sport like running, I would imagine sometimes you get out there and you start running and your legs just don't have, and you're like, I can't run 5 miles today, or I'm not gonna be able to run this race. Do you ever jump into the pool, start a race, and feel like you hit a wall right away because you race so much, or is it always energy? You jump in, you're ready to go.
I've never really hit I'm not feeling it today. I've always been very competitive. So I always try and step up for a race, no matter what the circumstances. And I put my best foot forward.
So burnout's really never been an issue for you yet. You're pretty young, so
Yeah.
okay. Well, you are young, but you're accomplishing so much swimming, of course, across the state and the country. And many people know it through the Olympics and the national competitions. That's maybe down the road, but it's such a competitive sport. There's a lot of great performers, and there's only 1 or 2 top times. What is realistic, do you think, as far as where you want to go and do? Because you're doing a lot as a junior. How far can you take the sport? Where would you like to go as far as your competitive future?
I'd love to make it to Olympic trials. I'm only 2 seconds off the cut time for Olympic trials, and that's probably one of my biggest dreams. And if I make it on the Olympic teams, I would be so happy and astounded with myself.
What event is that you're 2 seconds off the cut time?
I am 2 seconds off the cut in the 200 fly.
Okay. Is that something when you're trying to fall asleep after a long practice session or meet, you're thinking about, what do I need to do to make the Olympics? Do you think about the future a lot?
Yeah, I think about it quite a bit and how it could impact me, or if I take some certain mistake and how that mistake could lead to an impact of my goals.
Okay. All right. Well, Alexa has to get to practice very soon, so we should let her go. We appreciate her joining us, and we appreciate you checking in with us on syracuse.com's SOS Spotlight Athlete of the Week. Please join us next week when we'll talk to another top athlete. Stay safe, everybody. Have a good week, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.